So a long time ago, I got a drone, and that drone was a Phantom 4 Pro, and I have it here. But unfortunately, I haven't used it in so long. The batteries are dead, and they won't charge, and it won't connect, and there's a lot of problems going on with it. I could probably fix it if I spend enough time researching and trying to fix the drone and get it operational. But my drone days are pretty much over by now. I even have this little drone here. I'll never fly it either, and it's going through the same issues. All the batteries are dead on it. I can't get them to charge, so this drone's pretty much dead as well. And my main problem with drones is like, first of all, I live in a flight path zone out here with my house, so I can't even fly the drone around my house without getting a bunch of warnings and stuff. And that's kind of a bummer. I live outside the airport zone, so I'm able to fly, but I get a warning like every 2 seconds that I'm flying. And then number two is like, once you fly over a bunch of trees, what else are you looking at? It just seems like I get the same footage over and over and over again, just flying over trees, so I really just wasn't getting a whole lot of use out of them. I mean, I hadn't flown them in probably 3 years. And the last time I had an opportunity to fly one, like it was at a prime spot in Branson, Missouri, I didn't even bother messing with it. So may get another drone in the future, but for now, those two drones are done. So, when I bought that drone, I bought this case to go along with it so I could carry it wherever I wanted to. And this is a Case Club, and it's a nice hard case and has nice wheels and a handle. And this is a really nice case, and it fit my drone like a glove. Now I'm wanting to repurpose it a little bit. I'm wanting to put my flashes in here, okay, to keep them better protected. Now, my flashes, they did come with a backpack, and the backpack has served me pretty well, but they're just not as protective as they could be. I mean, those flashes are pretty heavy, and you get two of them in a backpack, you get a little bit of rattling around and stuff. And when I go on shoots and stuff, I just kind of throw it in the back of my truck, and whatever happens, happens. There's a pretty good possibility that one of them could get damaged, and one of them has gotten damaged before. My backpack fell off a small little table and cracked the glass bulb on it. So I want to get some better protection for my flashes, and I probably could have just ordered a whole new case online and probably saved myself a lot of trouble, but since I had this one, I want to try to convert it over and use it for my flashes. You can see here what the old insert looked like. And it was specifically made for the drone. Like I say, it fit the drone and all the accessories like a glove. And it's a shame that drone doesn't work anymore because it's a pretty good drone. Anyway, just a little bit big to carry around. So anyway, what I did was I got on their website and ordered some foam inserts like this. And I cut this one down last night and got it to where it'll fit in there pretty good. So what I'm in the process of doing is getting the base layer in my case so I can do the cutouts for the lights. So got one in there, but there's about 4 inches left that I need to make up in the bottom. This piece of foam is not as big as this box, which I thought I ordered the right length and width, but I didn't. I have it marked here where I need to cut it. And this stuff's been pretty easy to work with, this foam I got from them. You can just cut it like this little hand saw. See what happens here. Yeah, that's super easy to cut through. It's this little hand saw from tree trimming. Okay, it fits right in there perfect, except for in each of these is a wheel, the base for the wheels. So I'm gonna have to cut out a piece. I'm gonna have to cut out a notch for each of the wheel bases. How am I gonna do that? I have no idea. Now I'm just using just a pocket knife to cut this. That's all I'm using, nothing fancy. I'm just kind of hacking it out, like filleting a fish, kind of, really. You can see on the bottom of this how they got it notched out there. That's what I'm trying to do for the wheel well. Here are my two pieces right here. Let me break this up a little bit. This is that little, just that little bit more that I had to cut, and I cut the wheel wells out. You can see the wheel wells right there where I had to cut the little notches out to stick in there. Stick that in there. It fits just perfect. Throw this other piece on top beside it. Push it all down. It fits just perfect. Now, when I get everything situated, I can use a little hot glue on the bottom of it so it won't ever go anywhere ever. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You wouldn't think, I just got like a couple of tools out for this, a knife and a saw and a measuring tape. You wouldn't think I would lose stuff, but sure do. All right, just like that. Now, to be honest with you, you could probably get a little better saw than this, maybe a little bit of a finer blade, because it cuts pretty rough. You can kind of see right there, it does a pretty rough cut, but I don't suspect anybody's gonna be in my camera bag, like checking it out and making, seeing like, oh, what'd you cut that with? No, nobody's gonna say that, so I think I'll be okay. And if you put the rough cut to the back, definitely nobody's gonna know. All right, so we got the base layer. Looking pretty good there. And now we got the top layer. Goes right there on top. And we got to figure out what to do. Just looking at the fit, it's a little bit off. And the reason is because, see this one here? They rounded those edges off and they could fit this thing right in this case. I mean, it's like snug as a bug in a rug. But I'm not going through all that trouble. I'm just doing square edges here. And we're going to cut this to fit right in there, hopefully. Where did my marker go? Jeez, I kind of just lose stuff all the time. We'll use this other little saw blade. Maybe it'll do a bit better job of cutting it. Now, what this is a hacksaw blade. That's a lot cleaner cut right there. That little hacksaw blade, for sure. All right, let's put this over here. Oh yeah. Don't get too crazy on it now. I don't think I got this piece trimmed just like I want it, but I don't think it's gonna make just a whole lot of difference because this particular piece right here sits down below the lip of the base of the case anyway. So it's probably just gonna stick up a little bit, but oh yeah. Yep. That's looking just about perfect. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it here. All right, you can see here the top, both layers installed there. And there's where I had to make the little seam right there. It's unfortunate that I had to make a seam, but that's the way it is. And that's what it's looking like. It all comes up, it's about the same level over here. I mean, it's not perfect or anything, but it's gonna do the job. It's gonna do the job. And now I just gotta draw my outlines for my flashes. I measured them the other day. They'll lay in like this, but they won't lay in deep ways like that, which is, now what you gotta do is you gotta make an outline around the flash. All right. And there's the outline of my flash. This doesn't have to be, El Perfecto. I'm just gonna close the lid on top of it, and hopefully this foam will track everything in there so that you can have a little bit of wiggle room in there. And my little light just went out. Well, I'm not gonna put it back on, but we're gonna cut around this, see what happens. All righty. Haha, success. Now let's see what the flash looks like in there. All right, so it didn't fit in there just perfect, which is to be expected. This is my first time to ever do this. It's gonna take a lot more sawing. I'll bring you back when I'm ready. All right, I'm going to show you the kind of finished product here. Is it perfect? No. In fact, I think maybe a 6th grade art student could probably do a better job than I did. But I really don't care what it looks like as long as it keeps my gear protected in this case, because ultimately I'm the only one that's going to be looking in here and getting anything out of here. So what I have packed in here is I have 2 batteries, the FJ400 batteries. Have a slot for two of my extra ones, plus 1 each on the actual flash heads. 2 FJ400s. They snug right down into their little compartment there, easy peasy. And then I have the flash head, the flash trigger, and it slips right in there, no problem. Like I say, if I could redo this, I would redo the battery slots just a little bit, but it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to redo it until I feel that this isn't serving its purpose. So basically what I have is I have 2 layers. I have a thick layer on the bottom and a less thick layer on the top. So there's 2 layers. So I had to trace them out and cut this out of each layer so it matches up. So the FJ400 will fit in there nicely. And then I had to take this layer and saw off a portion of it so it wouldn't sink all the way to the bottom. And it's pretty nice and snug in there, and I can close it up. There's a little bit of resistance, which I think is okay. And then there it is. I have my FJ2, my whole flash kit right there ready to go. And if I ever going to shoot, this thing now weighs a ton. It has a handle, and I can just roll it along the ground, no problem at all. So, pretty happy with the project. It could have turned out better if I'd have paid a little bit more attention to what I was doing, and maybe if I had a little bit more patience, but everybody knows that that's not my strong suit, but it serves its intended purpose, and I'm happy with that. So, nice little project for the weekend. I think it turned out all right. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.